Good morning and happy Friday, groovy citizens of Earth. Y'all, it is Friday. It's Friday. That's all I need to say. I don't have to say anymore. It is Friday. So I got up early this morning. I didn't make it to the gym, and that's because I went to a viewing for a neighbor who I've known, since I was a little girl. And so today was his viewing and service, and so he will be greatly missed, I will say that. But it was good because I got to see folks that I grew up with that I hadn't seen in a while. And it's always unfortunate when you get to see good people even in such on sad occasions. So like I said, he's resting now, and I'm pretty sure whatever he was dealing with, he's not dealing with it anymore, and God is still good. God is still good, okay? Now, before I jump into my topic for today, so I told y'all I'm going to be launching my candle business, okay? Because I've been making candles for myself, just for myself, for a while now, but I decided I want to make it a big thing. And so I made this candle yesterday. It's still curing. I like to let mine sit for about 2 days to really cure and before I light them. And you guys, this candle right here, it's a pinkish red. If you can you all see that? It's about a pinkish red, and when I tell you it smells good, oh my God, it's called Home for the Holidays. OMG, it is so nice. So I'm loving this candle. Now, if I were selling this candle would probably go for about $8. I think that's what I'm going to do for my bigger candles. I'm still working prices out, but I think that's what I'm going to do for a candle this size, and I absolutely love it. I'm also going to be doing candles in this size jar, but this right here, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? These are little bears, because I also want to offer, oh my God, it smells so good. This is white jasmine. I also want to offer wax melts, and this is what it is. Isn't that cute? That cute little bear. And so these are wax melts. And so I'm just kind of playing around with, I have molds with different shapes. I did some with seashells, but they wouldn't all fit in here, but the bears did because it's 24 in here. And so I'm going to be offering wax melts. Now, I also have another candle, which is lavender. Now, I can't show you that one because it's at my sister's house, and I'm going to take these up to her. So tomorrow she's going to help me with creating labels for them. I found some really great videos on how you can create labels for your candles on Canva. So we're going to work on that tomorrow. But I just wanted to show these to you guys. So like I said, this is Home for the Holidays, and it smells so freaking good, okay? And then the wax melts, because I do want to do wax melts and different. I found some molds on Amazon that I put in my shopping cart for later, because I really do like them. And like I said, I'm going to probably start out with just the molds that I have. Some are shells, some are hearts, I think, and then those cute little bears. So, I'll be playing around with that. But anyway, let's get started, y'all. So today's topic is can-do power, and this is part 3. Remember I told y'all on Wednesday I was doing this series that I didn't have a name for? Well, I started it on Wednesday. The second one was yesterday, so make sure y'all go back and watch those if you haven't. And today is part 3, and it's called Can Do Power. And this is a quote again by Mr. Joel Osteen, who I just love dearly. And he says, I want to wake up your greatness, wake up your dreams, wake up that business God put in you. I want to wake up that book, that movie, that song, the orphanage or the ministry inside of you. It may seem as though it's over your head. But you're not average. You can accomplish more than you think. You are stronger than you think. You are more anointed than you think. You are more favored. Ooh, come on, somebody, than you think. You are more talented than you think. The dreams and gifts God has put in you are much bigger than you think. If you're going to see the fullness of what's in you, you have to see yourself the right way. And I'll make sure I put that quote in the comment section, you guys, because when I tell you, when I heard him say that was so powerful. That was so powerful. And so I just want to, as I'm headed to my appointment, because I need to be there, I think in 8 minutes, and I believe we're gonna make it, all right? But I just wanted to pour into you today the importance of getting up and doing the thing that God has called you to do. Now, y'all know I've talked about this before, where I said that God gives all of us gifts and strengths and talents, but many of us aren't using them. Many of us are not using them. And some of it probably is because many of us are afraid to step out and use the gifts and talents that God has given us. And you're afraid of a couple of things. I've talked about this. Y'all know that. You're afraid of what people are going to think. You're afraid of what people are going to say. You're afraid that whatever it is that you're trying to do may fail. And so you say, well, look, I'm not going to step out and do that because I don't want people talking about me. Well, as I've told you guys before, honey, people are going to talk about you no matter what. Okay, no matter what, people are going to talk about you. So you might as well step out there and do what God has called you to do. Now, here's the thing. I know some of you might be saying, but Michelle, what gift did God give me? Because I'm not aware of that. Honey, let me tell you something. That's where you have to sit down and really do some soul searching. Really look at your life. And only you can do this. We were doing a session together. Of course, I could help you. But you've got to sit down and ask yourself, what am I good at? What am I passionate at? And if you really start to think about it, that's the gift that God has given you. But my question is, are you doing anything with it? And if you're not, why? Think about that. Why aren't you doing anything with the gifts and talents that God has given you? So, starting today, I want you all to, like I said, to really start to live. We talked about living an unfulfilled life already, but I want you all to really start to live your life. Start living your dreams. I am so thankful that God has given me so many gifts, so many talents, so many abilities, and Lord knows I try my best to use them all. I realized I don't know if I told you this, but I did a podcast interview a couple of days ago. It was Thursday. No, it was Wednesday. And so the gentleman that was doing, it's his podcast, and he was interviewing me for his podcast, of course, but he was asking me, he said, what made you get into wanting to be a life coach? And I said, you know what? I realized that I've been a life coach all my life. I can remember as far back as elementary school, being that person that people felt comfortable talking to about their problems, their issues, and their concerns. And I remember even then giving people what I thought anyway was great sound advice. And I've had people come up to me that didn't even know me. I didn't know them. And they just started talking about whatever was going on in their life. I'll never forget the lady that told me one day, I was on the subway coming home, and she told me about how her ex-husband, was, just really nasty and had turned her kids against her. And honey, it was just awful. I felt my heart went out to her because I can't even imagine living like that. But it is what it is. And so he was so nasty, it turned the kids against her. And, it really pulled at my heartstrings when she said that he told her that she was ugly and nobody else would ever want her. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, if she's so ugly, you laid down and had 2 kids with her, so she couldn't have been too ugly. Come on now. But, and I don't know why people do that other than hurt people like to hurt other people. But fooling with me, you will get hurt, okay? And I'm gonna leave that alone. But I could feel her brokenness, and that's another gift that God has given me, the ability to feel what other people are feeling and going through. And so I prayed for her before I got off the train, but I asked her to really look at herself. I said, let me tell you something. You are a child of God. You are all that God says you are. And don't you ever let anybody tell you different. But her ex-husband had broken her down so much that it was just ridiculous. It was sad. It truly was. But then I thought to myself as I got off, because I got off the train at Capitol Heights, and I don't know which stop she got off, because after that is Addison Road, and then you have the one right here where the Redskins or former Redskins Stadium is. And then you have the Largo station. So I'm not sure where she got off. But anyway, you know, as I was going up the escalator, my mind was thinking, what made that woman sit down and talk to me? Now, when she got on the train, there were plenty of empty seats, but she chose to sit next to me. And I'm reading my book. I was reading a Stephen King book. I'm not sure which one, but I know it was a Stephen King novel that I was reading. And she just started pouring her heart out to me. So, of course, I had to put my book away because I wanted to give her my full undivided attention. But that's not the first time that I've had people feel comfortable enough to tell me their issues, their problems, and their concerns. And they didn't know me at all. And when I asked the guy one time what made him decide to tell me, you know, what he was dealing with, he said, there's something about you. He said, you have something about you, and this is my hand of God. He said, you have a calling on your life that just drew me to you to share my story. And I said, wow, that is powerful. But I've heard that from other people before. So I only shared all of that because I want you all to make sure you are using your gifts and your talents. God did not give you those gifts and talents for you to just put in your back pocket or your hip pocket. He gave them to you so that you can share them with his people. I get blessed when I'm able to be a blessing to other people. I truly do. Now, is it draining? Sometimes it can be. But that's why I've learned to not let other people's issues and concerns overpower me such that I'm drowning in their issue. Because their issue really is their issue. So I'm the vessel by which God uses to allow them to vent. I can pray for them, give them some sound advice, maybe point them in the right direction of where they need to go, but I can't let their issues overpower me, and so that I start to feel down and out, because it can happen if you're not careful. But again, I said all of that to say that there is something in you. There is something in you that you need to really use. There's something in you that God has given you, an ability, a gift, a talent that you need to start using to bless his people. Because do you realize that there's something in you that somebody needs? If you have the gift of writing music, somebody needs to hear that song. Because we all have heard a song that just spoke to us, and you're like, oh, that song is for me. We all have done it. But there's a song in you that somebody needs to hear. There's a book in you that somebody needs to read. There is a ministry in you that somebody needs, which is why I'm so thankful. Now, I know when I started giving leadership to our Another Chance ministry, I was told a few minutes before service started, and I was voluntold. That's what I like to call it. And I'm thinking, well, what am I going to do with that? Well, I've come to learn that there's so much that I can do with that. And I'll be working on that this weekend as well, coming up with ways in which we can use this ministry to truly bless those individuals that have been incarcerated once they get out, to help them live better lives, more productive lives, if it's helping them get the counseling that they need, because we have a great counseling ministry at my church, or if it's helping them to write a resume, we have people that do that. If it's helping them to start their own business, because maybe whatever they were incarcerated for, nobody's going to hire them, and that's just the reality. So we can say, okay, well, you have this gift and talent, let's work on helping you figure out how to start your own business. And so I'm just thankful that I am using the gifts and talents that God gave me to bless other people. And that's all I want you all to do. Because again, today's topic was can do power. You have the ability and you can do it. I just need you to get up and get started. You all, that's my time. I'm already 4 minutes late, but I'm almost right around the corner. But if you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. I missed you guys. So glad to see you all again. So yeah, let's get up. Let's start using our talents. Stop just existing. Okay, stop living unfulfilled lives. Go out there and make somebody else, bless somebody else, make somebody else happy while you're making yourself happy. Love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, you know my spiel. There's nothing you can do about it, because I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you even when nobody likes you. Until until next time, you guys take care.